All I gotta say, football back, yeah, football back, football back. All I gotta say is football back.
Hi, this is Joe Daniel with FootballDefense.com. Today we're going to take a look at cover 2 man-under coverage. Cover 2 man-under is a coverage where we're going to be looking at trying to shut down the pass. This is a coverage that you wouldn't run on a normal down. It's not something that you would use on a 1st and 10 in the first quarter. This is a coverage that we would look to use late in the game when we know a team has to pass. If they're down a couple of scores, we know they're going to throw the ball on a third and extremely long situation, 3rd and 15 plus. We might use a coverage like this when we just know it's a dead passing situation. And obviously it's going to depend on the opponent, that we need to know that this team is going to pass in this situation. So let's take a look at this coverage. Here we've got it out of a base 3-4 look. We've got our 3 defensive linemen. They're going to be rushing the passer. We're probably going to want the ends to give us a wide edge rush in order to contain the quarterback. We know it's a passing situation, but we want to give them a wide edge rush to contain the quarterback. We'll give our nose a 2-way go wherever he can get to off of the rush on the center. We've got 2 backers inside, one of which is going to be handling the running back. The other one, depending on what you need to do, he can spot the quarterback, or most likely he can get in on the rush, getting us one extra man to the point of attack, or to the quarterback here. On the outside, we're going to make some personnel substitutions. We don't want to have our normal linebackers in there because they're probably not our best cover guys there. So if you've got other DBs that you can bring in for this situation, you're going to want to have them. Perhaps just have a personnel package where if you're going to run this cover 2 man under look, that you want to bring these guys in. So we've got our nickel back out here. He's going to come in for our strong outside linebacker. Our nickel back is going to be locked onto the number 2 receiver on his side. The corner is going to be locked onto the number 1 receiver on his side. How you want to play them is kind of up to you. If you want to press them, I like pressing with the inside guy here and then leveling off your corner so that you guys aren't at the same level. You do not want those guys to be at the same level because your pick routes, if they start running a lot of getting you kind of this kind of thing where the receivers are crossing, you might get picked off there. We don't want to get picked off, so we want our guys to be at different levels. Whether or not you're going to bump those guys off when they cross is up to you and how your team only plays man coverage. On the weak side, we've got the dime back in. The dime back is going to be coming in for our weak side outside linebacker. If you've got extra personnel there, he can come in and lock down your number 2, just like we did on this side. And our corner is going to handle the number 1 receiver on the strong or on the weak side. You can decide what you want to do with these guys, whether you want to roll them to where if you get a trips look, if you want to roll them, or you get motion and trips, or if you want to run with it. So if we were to get trips in here, we could bring the dime back in there, bring him over to cover that, or we could have rolled them and gotten our strong safety up on the number 3 receiver. That just depends on how we want to play that particular situation. Going to the secondary, or going to the deep defenders, these 2 guys are going to stay behind everything. We want them to stay behind everything. We've got man coverage up front. Everybody's locked down in man coverage. These guys are taking the back end of the field, dividing into 2 deep halves, and they're going to handle anything that comes to their deep half. So they're just getting backpedaling. Nothing should ever get behind these 2 guys. They should never get beat. What this does is it allows your guys that are man coverage underneath to get into a trail technique where they may be a step behind the receiver running on his hip. But as they're a step behind, you've got these guys reading the quarterback. So as the ball's thrown, they're able to break and be over top. So we've got one underneath and one over top, and the quarterback really has to drop it right into the perfect spot. Otherwise, we're going to have somebody on that pass coverage. Really helps to get a good pass rush out of your front 3 or 4, depending on how many you want to bring. If we were in a 4-4, 4-3 look, we would probably be bringing the 4 defensive linemen only, and the linebacker You would have one linebacker in the box handling this guy. I like this out of a 3-4 because if you get an empty set, it's not a big deal to bring one of these backers out, leave one in the middle. Again, you know that this is a dead pass situation. It gets an empty set. You're still in good situation here to spy the quarterback with that single linebacker. Obviously, if they run the ball, you guys are going to have to break off and come up and help. But you're not in a bad situation, and it really should be a situation where running the ball isn't even an option. So that's our cover 2 man under coverage. Something to look at to bring into your package if you need to stop the pass, especially late in games. Hope this has been helpful to you. Hope you'll stop by footballdefense.com and check us out. Take a look at the free ebook there. Subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get a free ebook, the Defensive Installation Manual, which will help you look at your team, look at your staff, look at your players, look at your schedule, and decide what the best defense and the best defensive philosophy is for your football team. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
I put it all on the line. I got my chin strapped. All I gotta say is football back.